How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. So let's jump right into this, right? I can remember. I can remember ever since I was a young child being exposed to different ways in how to make money. I remember my parents receiving mail, junk mail, that would, have like things with Publishers Clearinghouse, sweepstakes, these mail order catalogs that would include ways to, work at home, stuffing envelopes, and things of that nature. These different ways and plans on how to make money. How to make money. And throughout my entire, life, youth, I've been exposed to these types of, things. Like, you just get from every direction. I'm not just talking about from direct mail or mail order. This was before internet, pre-internet. There's different ways in how you're just bombarded and how to make money fast, get rich quick schemes, and do this, and you'll, earn $100 a week, 200, 500, thousands of dollars a week, a month, a year, and in no time you'll be a millionaire, and et cetera, et cetera. Well, even today, fast forward to modern day, where we have this internet phenomena that's a part of our lives now. We can't escape it. Internet, no one owns the internet. No one can turn the internet on and off. We just know it's here. And it affects every aspect of our lives, whether we like it or not. And you find it there too. Different ways to make money, how to do this, how to do that, how somebody made something out of nothing. And for many people, it's these things are hard to understand. It's hard to fathom being able to make money out of nothing. It's hard to fathom being able to, earn, for many people, it's hard to fathom how to earn hundreds of dollars a week just from sitting at home or, being online. And you know why? You want to know why for some people it's hard to accept that? And why it's hard for folks to accept other ways to make money that might seem simple to the people who have done it and who've been successful. And there's also a lot of charlatans out there. There's also a lot of people who are out there to just take your money and to steal. There's a lot of corruption that takes place. There's a lot of good and there's also a whole lot of bad, right? But the reason why, one of the main reasons why it's hard for people to grasp the idea of creating something out of nothing is because folks lack the understanding that you are special. You lack the understanding that you have the ability to create your own reality. You lack the understanding that just by changing your mindset, you'll be able to change your life. If you believe that you can achieve anything, if you believe in your mind that you can achieve anything that you want, and you work hard towards that, there's no obstacle that you can't overcome. People don't believe that because this is not something that folks are taught, nor is it something that's ingrained into our minds and into our subconscious at an early age. For many of us, we're not afforded a certain type of privileged lifestyle. For many of us do not come from upbringing where we just had everything we wanted. So you're not going to hear that, yes, Susie, you can be whatever you want to be. Little Robbie, you can be whatever you want to be. You're not going to hear these things. And it follows you through adulthood. So you're living at a level where it's almost, you're not living to your fullest potential, to your greatest potential. So it's almost like you're always working at a subpar level. Meanwhile, you have to know that you have these qualities to become greater within you. These qualities lie within you. This is, when you're talking about the dollar bill, the only thing that's allowing this currency called the American dollar bill, this legal tender, to work is solely based on faith. Nothing else supports the dollar bill. Gold doesn't support it. It's just faith. That same faith that we have in the United States that supports this piece of paper is the same faith that many successful people have within themselves, in believing in themselves, and in believing that they can reach and attain anything that they want. This is what allows them to become successful. This is what allows them to overcome adversity and hardship and not give up. This is what you have. This is what I have. This is what we all have, as far as the ability to be able to understand our inner greatness. Because our lives externally reflect what's taking place internally. If you believe that you're only going to attain a certain level of accomplishments in life, and that's what you'll aspire to do. If you believe that you can attain more, that you want to become more, and that you see it, that you visualize it, almost like a film, to the point where it becomes second nature, where this is something you actually live and breathe. All you have to do is just attain it. You see yourself there. All you have to do is attain it. Then you will reach that goal. But if every time all you've been accustomed to understanding and knowing is that you're going to struggle, that you will remain in destitution, that you will remain poor and in poverty, and this is something that you embrace mentally and in your heart, then that's where you will remain. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. You don't have to believe it. It's something that will be indicative. It will reflect what I'm saying, will reflect in your life if this is the attitude you adopt by what's surrounding you. It will adopt by the nature of the lifestyle that you're living. Living paycheck to paycheck is very uncomfortable. It's nerve-wracking. It induces anxiety. Why? Because paycheck to paycheck, if something should happen, God forbid, if something should happen, and that means gets severed, if you're no longer able to work for whatever reason, God forbid you fall victim to being hurt in an accident, or you lose your job altogether, now you are up, what they say, now you have to worry because you're not able to earn any income. You're not able to pull what you were pulling before. You're not able to make any money. So then what happens? If you're conditioned a certain way, you will live the way you've been conditioned. If you make a decision to do better, you should do better. You should become better. Because effectively you will produce, you will act on your actions, you will act on your thoughts to become better. Money is based on faith. The American dollar is based on faith. So why don't you internalize that level of faith that you have in this piece of paper, internalize it in you, and produce, become active. Think about something that you love to do. Think about something that you're great at doing. Everyone has a strength. You know, when we talk about strengths and weaknesses, everyone has a strength. It could be just one. Develop that strength. Work on that strength. Work from that one strength that you have. It could be anything, but it's yours. Work on that. That could potentially change your life, but you have to not only believe that it will change your life, you have to know that it will change your life. You have to know that this is something that a part of who you are. That this is a quality that's within you, an innate quality and ability that you have within you to offer to the world. Now, when you're talking about offering a service, offering a product, now it becomes a business. Now you can become, it renders a certain level of value. Now you can make money off of something that you're offering to the world, especially if it's a needed product or a needed service. You don't have to worry about slaving, doing a job that you don't want to do, because you're using your innate gifts, right? You're using a quality that you're great at to be able to create an opportunity for yourself, to be able to build a business for yourself, to be able to sustain your livelihood through your actions and through your hard work. You call your own shots at that point. You're not dependent on living paycheck to paycheck. And this doesn't mean that it's not going to be hard in the beginning. Doesn't mean it's not going to be hard in the beginning. But how hard is it for you to get up and go to work? How hard is it for you to do these things that you don't even want to do? So imagine when you're concentrating on yourself and applying yourself and applying gifts and traits and qualities of something that you love to do. That's why they say when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So it's just about changing your mindset, changing your thought pattern, believing in yourself, not being afraid, overcoming fear, becoming dedicated. And yes, also having a testimony where you can say, yes, I created something out of a thought. Forget about what level of money. People say I created an empire from $100, from $5, from $1,000. How about you created your world, your empire, your business, your company, your reality, your self-sufficient way of being from a thought, from deciding that, you know what, I'm going to change my life by changing the way I think. That's the issue. That's where we have a disconnect between those who have and those who have not. We have a disconnect between those who are rich and wealthy and those who are poor. There's a disconnect there because the folks who are poor are not adapting the mindset or the thought patterns of those who are successful. Because those who are successful, they don't allow doubt to seep in to an extent where it just destroys their program. They don't allow negative, sabotaging behavior to block them in whatever endeavors that they're trying to reach. But those who are poor embrace fear. Those who are poor make excuses. Those who are poor hold each other down by encouraging each other to suffer, to continue to suffer and remain miserable. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's so prevalent in this case. Show me your friends and I'll show you where you'll be 10, 20, 30 years from now. Show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. I know you've all heard this, and if you haven't, this is, things that, people say that I've heard throughout my lifetime. And it's true. In order for you to be successful, sometimes you have to really connect with others who are like-minded, who will give you that boost, who will inspire you to also, do great things. Many of us growing up, we weren't around people who were successful. We weren't around folks who had their own business, and those who were you're fortunate. Those who were around folks who were, millionaires and multi-millionaires, wealthy people, you were fortunate, but many weren't. So all they know is what they know. All they know is to struggle. All they know is to live paycheck to paycheck. All they know is to work, and pray that they don't lose their jobs. All they know is to basically grovel and be dependent on something else, to be dependent on someone to pay them for the services that they're rendering. Instead of creating opportunities, instead of learning how to do for themselves, to give to the community so that they can also receive, to create that business transaction, that relationship, that ongoing financial relationship that's going to strengthen the community as a whole. It starts from the mindset. It starts from changing your mind. Like, just the minute you decide, you know what, I'm not gonna be poor anymore, is that day where you are now wealthy. Straight, like, just pure and simple. Know that you're wealthy. You don't need validation from anyone to be told that you're great. You have that spirit within you. You have the ability. It's already within you. You have to just know. You have to know and believe it in your mind and in your heart as one. So then you can be able to attain what's waiting for you. What's waiting for you. It doesn't matter about what's going to come, because guess what? The trials and tribulations are going to come. But because you are convinced that you have great gifts, you have a great strength, you have great quality within you, and you're able to receive opportunities or create an opportunity, and you understand that, and there's nothing that's going to hold you back. That's when you have to attack. That's when you have to make your plan and execute. That's when you have to do what you have to do and not worry about the pitfalls. Because guess what? When you make the mistakes, it's an opportunity for you to learn. It's a learning opportunity. So you're always constantly winning. Whatever it is that you this roadblock, the doors that get slammed, you're told no all the time. It's okay, because guess what? Achieving that level of success won't be easy, but when you attain it, it's well worth it, because it's yours. It's coming from you anyway, so it's yours. And what you're doing is good anyway. You're giving good. You're trying to create something to provide for the greater good of all. So how is that bad? But when you stay, I guess, entrapped into this thinking of you don't deserve any better, you'll never be rich. Now, I'm not saying everyone has to aspire to become the multi-millionaire, but you can definitely do better than you are now, especially if you feel that you can. If you're living in a way where you're earning a certain amount of money and you're spending more than what you make, that's a problem. Treat that like a disease and get treatment for it and stop it. Just stop doing that. Start from right there. If you're getting $100, stop trying to spend 120. And that 20 is pure credit. So you're creating debt for yourself off the bat. So you're going to continue to drown. You'll never be above the red, above the black. You'll never be in the black. Or in the green. You'll just be in the red, in the deficit, constantly owing. Start there. Because you have the quality within you to be great anyway. You have to know that. It's about understanding yourself, understanding what you bring to the table, understanding your greatness, understanding the qualities that you have. You don't have for nothing. You don't have these things for nothing for you to just waste. You don't. The reason why, we think all the time about why, this is going on and how come we're struggling, and these signals come to our heads is because, it's a sign. It's something that's telling us, okay, listen, wake up here. There's another opportunity that's waiting for you. You just have to do things differently. Stop trying to do the same thing over and over and over again, looking for a different result. You're never going to be rich working for someone. You're never going to, uproot yourself out of struggling if you're just going to keep doing the same thing, living paycheck to paycheck, and just have poor spending habits, and not understand how money works, and not understand how finances work, because not everyone is struggling. So why don't you follow the blueprint if you can, or the habits of those who are succeeding? That's all that I'm saying. Those who've been successful have habits, and they leave clues. They leave clues behind. Right? So other people can pick and follow and mimic and duplicate their actions to continue to succeed also. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's not easy, but it can be doable. It's not easy, but being poor is not easy too. And being poor is very uncomfortable. And pain is a motivator. All right? It is. So good people, let me tell you, you are great. Don't let anybody tell you you're not. Seize the moment. Okay? Seize the moment. And listen, like, share, subscribe to my video. Okay? Click the notification button. So that way, anytime I upload new content, you'll be the first to know and you can watch them. All right. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.